Welcome to this week's Kindness Cafe podcast. Grab a cup of coffee, tea, or your favorite snack, relax, and join us for another uplifting story. I am Seema Raj, your host. Today is all about you, ladies. I want to wish every single woman out there a very happy International Women's Day. You all have earned this honor, and today the world is recognizing and celebrating all of your achievements in all aspects of your life. They're acknowledging your strengths, your determination, and the power that you hold to rise above day-to-day hurdles and make your mark in today's society. This year's International Women's Day theme is Break the Bias and imagine a completely gender-equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination. And while breaking the bias is difficult, I believe we may have broken one very big one already. Today, for the first time in American history, we have our first woman vice president. That is huge victory for women, don't you think? And yet, there is still a long ways to go before women can really feel 100% equal. In this podcast, I have reached out not only to my friends, but more importantly, powerful women who hold high positions in their communities to give us their personal, unique viewpoints on breaking the bias. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Hi, everyone. This is June Bigelow, and happy International Women's Day. The topic is breaking the bias. I believe it's easier said than done. So let's talk women, since this is a National Women's Month. Too many people believe it's getting a job for one woman. It should be more about making life more fair for women everywhere. I still hear women of all ages talk about the inequality in the household. Even though they are enjoying success in the workplace, they're still feeling the pressure to do it all, have a career, while juggling the household duties and managing the child care. During COVID, one headline read, "The pandemic created a child care crisis. Mothers bore the burden." This really says it all about not really breaking a bias. One of my favorite quotes from Gloria Steinem from the 70s is, "We've begun to raise daughters like sons, but few have the courage to raise our sons more like our daughters. We need to do better, much better."
Hi, my name is Mirta Fernandez, and the bias that I feel that we need to work on as women is to stop looking at each other as competition and support each other in our endeavors more. It is so common in society that women have to do it all, take care of the home, take care of the children, have a successful career, be professionals. And that can be a lot on a person. I see so many of us comparing ourselves to others, feeling like we're not enough, making ourselves crazy trying to fit the mold of the U.S. Army commercial where they've done more by 6 a.m. than you've done all day. Be kinder, gentler, and know it's okay to reach out for help when Wonder Woman needs a break. As the only professional Hispanic woman in an IT field in my office, I've had to break biases of all kinds and let my light shine by not compromising my essence and reaching out when I have needed help. I give back by mentoring high school Latina girls in pursuing higher education.
Hi, this is Kathy Wilkes, and I'm a mindset mentor. With respect to breaking biases, the most critical aspect for whatever the bias is to understand it. What is it? Where did it come from? How did it get there? And what can we do to change it? Bias is learned behavior. It's not something that we're born with, and it's a pattern that we might pick up from our family. It might be people our circle of friends or the people that we work with. And many times it's just common behavior. It's not conscious. It's subconscious, and the subconscious is where our habits, our habitual behavior is stored. And so we might be running that pattern and perpetuating a belief without even consciously being aware of it. So the first step is awareness and gaining understanding around the bias. And I believe as a society, we can break through any bias using that very simple formula.
Hi, my name is Priyaraj Aurora, and I work in the IT industry. Firstly, happy International Women's Day. The topic of discussion today is breaking the bias. The question we need to ask ourselves as women is, what is our bias? We start with ourselves. The only way to break a bias is to uncover ours. We all have different thoughts, opinions, and biases about others, even if we may not admit it. It's human nature. We have to keep an open mind ourselves in order to make true change in the world. We must stand by what we believe in and practice what we preach in all that we do. Sometimes it is not about men and their judgment. It is not about women and their bias. It's not about race, religion, or gender. It's about us and who we are and what we stand for. We may have been in a pandemic for almost 3 years now, but the world feels we have always lived in a mandemic. So let's break the bias together by not letting opinions matter. No matter what life brings our way as women, we must continue to be resilient, diverse, supportive of one another, and hold equal values. If we do so, I promise we will always win. Just remember, united we stand, united we fall.
Hi, I'm Nidhi Kaneja, founder of Gift of Kindness. Happy Women's Day to all the amazing women out there. Let's embrace our uniqueness and celebrate each other today and always. On the topic of this year's theme of Break the Bias, collectively, we all can break the bias. It is time for us to give voice to women and empower them globally. I truly believe action speaks louder than words, so I'm playing my little role by serving as the lead ambassador for the Washington, D.C. chapter for Elite Women Group, where the purpose is to support women by connecting them to the right resources and tools to help them grow, shine, and dream even bigger. No one should feel alone. Together, we are stronger and deserve the opportunity to realize our God-given potential.
Hi, my name is Amandeep Kar, and I'm a registered nurse. One way that I feel we can break the bias is by starting in our households. I grew up surrounded by gender bias, the thought that being female made you inferior to your male siblings. Now, as an adult and a mother to a beautiful baby girl, a wife, and a daughter-in-law, I am amazed with how much women are capable of. We are the glue that holds our families together. We have come so far, and it is time that these bias in our households leave for good. We can break the bias by empowering our daughters and celebrating them. Most importantly, don't raise our daughters like our sons, but raise our sons like our daughters. Teach them household chores, respect, and kindness. It will forever change our future and lead to a household with equal roles for all genders.
Ruth Kent from ruthkentllc.com, your abundant accelerator. When you ask the questions, women's bias, it was looking outward. And what I would encourage, believe in you're halfway there. Are you going to believe that this so be true today? Is it going to continue? Or are we going to be accountable for ourselves, our thoughts, and being our best? As an emotion code, body code practitioner, often the inherited as well as the mindset trash that limits individuals to not create the presence of belief in themselves and the power of healthy boundaries, accountable for our thoughts, our feelings, and to bring your best into life. It is so amazing to see men and women not live with the story outside or that which was, and no longer let your destiny be your history. Together, individuals being our best will make new possibilities, new potential, living our best life.
Hello, my name is Fanuz Horhampur, founder and creator of Stories by You. Cheers to all the women out there. Bias from my standpoint of view can be feeling-based, stemming from our personal experiences, beliefs, and moral throughout life. Breaking out of our comfort zone by accepting that a single belief isn't the only one that's right helps us to avoid this kind of bias when we are called to think more logically and ethically for not just our sake, but others as well. I'm from Iran, so our culture, men are more valued than women. Men are more like kings. Parents put their sons' needs above the needs of others in their, for their daughters. So someone needs to break patterns like that. So I have chosen not to have the same belief and know that we're all equal, men and women.
Hello, beautiful souls. I am Sonya Malhotra, and here not to empower you with my words, but to remind you that you already have the power within you. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines bias as an inclination of temperament or outlook. And we have the power within us to change that outlook towards anything, be it our own or someone else's. All it takes is faith, courage, a change in perception, and most of all, determination. If you want to know how powerful you truly are, try sharing your kindness with the people around you. If you make someone smile, then you have shown your true power. Women were born strong. We are strong, and we will always remain strong. And if anyone thinks otherwise, let's remind ourselves today that the bias, B-I-A-S, can be broken by us, B-Y-U-S. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. Much love and many blessings to all of you.
And there you go, 9 women, 9 amazing different viewpoints. A big thank you to each of these well-spoken women for sharing their feelings and outlook with all of us on what they think are the issues in today's society. Together, through change, we can work towards a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Knowing that bias exists is not enough. We need to up our game and act on the biases until they're gone. Individually, we are all responsible for our own actions, but collectively, we have the power to erase any hurdles and forge women's equality in all aspects of life. So it begins with us women. Always be the woman who straightens another woman's crown. As Serena Williams said, the success of every woman should be an inspiration to another. We're strongest when we cheer each other on. With that, I applaud all of the powerful ladies for letting us hear their voices in my podcast today. You all rock, and you are certainly instrumental in paving the road to gender equality for the future. The sky is the limit, so never stop. Have a wonderful day, everyone, celebrating yourself and one another, and most importantly, always be kind to everyone. Thanks to all of my listeners for your continued support and encouragement. And please feel free to leave comments on this podcast on how you would break the bias. We'd all love to hear from you. Join me next time for another uplifting story. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, living is giving.